Welcome to Impact Nostalgia. My name is Daniel Quasar, and on today's episode, we're taking a look at another game I purchased while saving good grade money. Let's get started. In 1994, Capcom released its popular SNES title Mega Man X on the PC. This version of the game was very similar to its console predecessor, but with a few differences. For instance, the graphics were identical to the SNES version, but the PC version was missing some of its animations and other little flourishes. However, unlike the version on the SNES, you could type in the code XStuff on your keyboard to unlock all the weapons and extras, including the secret Hadoken power-up. Trust me, I could find all the weapons and items, but I was never able to figure out how to get the Hadoken sequence on my own, so I was glad for the code. Mega Man X wasn't my first time playing as the Blue Bomber, as I had played a lot of the classic NES games from the series, but it was the first to be solely mine. Like I've said in other episodes, I never owned an NES. Playing this game allowed me to get more involved with the franchise, and actually, I preferred the better graphics and more sophisticated take on the character. I have always had an interest in things in the sci-fi genre, especially AI and robotics. Mega Man fit this bill for the most part, but I wasn't interested in the more childish or retro aspect of it. X provided a more modern take on futurism, and the character seemed more my age at the time. From a visual standpoint, I really liked that I could learn the moves of the bosses he defeats, and that his armor changed colors based on which weapon he had currently equipped. I was a visual kid and loved patterns. I don't really have a specific scene or moment in the game that stood out, but more I see the game as a whole piece or concept. I loved the idea of it and the ideas it presented. This game sparked my love for the franchise, but also helped grow my interest in the things I love now. I feel like my connection to color and pattern and my interest in computer graphics spawned from this game and the way I expressed my fandom for it. Like the episode about the Neverhood, I spent my time outside of the game collecting pictures, music, animations, and videos, creating little websites for Mega Man X as well. The internet was still the Wild West back then, and there wasn't much going on besides spending your days searching random terms in Webcrawler or Yahoo.com. There were no social networks like Facebook or Twitter, but we had our own way of creating community in the form of GeoCities. GeoCities.com was a web host in the mid-90s where you could get your own slice of internet real estate to create web content. You'd sign up for an account and be placed on a server that was named after the type of content you intended to create. This translated mostly to horribly flashy, poorly made websites, but today, there is a nostalgia for that aesthetic, and it's not usually seen in a negative light anymore. There were others, such as AngelFire, and they all had simplified web creators, but the real gold was in coding your own, or using a third-party program to visually build sites. I remember using CorelDRAW and Notepad to find different ways to create. Thinking back on this, I'm wondering, do you remember old websites you created for games, or anything you had interest in? I wonder if sifting through the archives of GeoCities, I would be able to find my old creations. Sounds fun, and also a little terrifying. Thanks so much for watching, and let's never forget the games that are important to us and the memories attached to them.